The time wizard slash time travel controversy. So, in case you don't understand what was going on, there's something called Time Wizard and Yu-Gi-Oh, which uses an old ban list with the old card text and old rulings. And on Master Duel, there's something called the Time Travel event, where you use new card text with the new rulings. And so, a couple of weeks, maybe a month ago, Konami updated their tournament policy, and they were basically just like, yeah, we're getting rid of Time Wizard, which is crazy because there's a large community, and that community responded pretty strongly. There's a lot of backlash, and Konami kind of went back and backtracked on that decision. But I think last week or the week before that, they actually backtracked on the backtrack in an attempt to get rid of Time Wizard again. And I think for most of the community, the thought process is that they're getting rid of it because they can't really make money off it. And that was my initial thought too, but at some point I kind of thought maybe that isn't the reason. And I kind of want to explain why. So first, this whole idea stems from the fact that if someone is playing Edison or Goat and they already have their deck, Konami can't sell them new cards. So it's, I guess, in their best interest to get rid of that format because they can't make money off those players. But on the flip side, I can't really see them making a ton of money off reselling cards with updated card text. Yes, they could print structure decks for Goat and Edison format, and they could produce products similar to the Speed Duel boxes that we had for Speed Duels, but if you think about it for a second, those products just aren't going to sell. You're a Yu-Gi-Oh player and you're looking to get into their new time travel format. You're not going to pay 11 or 12 bucks for a structure deck or to buy a box to get cards with updated text. More reasonably and more likely, you'll go to TCG Player and build the deck for maybe 5 to 10 bucks. One of the best examples is Gladiator Beasts, which a few of them got reprinted in Maze of the Master, and they're literally pennies, and some of the older ones are also very cheap as well. And then in addition to that, a lot of the staples for these Time Wizard formats, you could probably find in your bulk. Stuff like MST, Torrential Tribute, Bottomless, and Mirror Force are all easily attainable. And if you bought a sealed product in the last 20 years, I can almost guarantee you have an MST and or Mirror Force, because these cards have just been printed into the ground. I'd really like to think this change is made to simplify things for players who have only played Yu-Gi-Oh! Post PSCT with the new rules and rulings, and that didn't play those old formats. But if we're being real, I think at the end of the day, it has to be a money thing, because this change isn't worth the backlash unless it's for money. And also, they kind of knew what the response was going to be because they tried to do it a few weeks earlier. I think my biggest concern is that they do what they did with Speed Duels and make special time travel cards which kind of have the time travel stamp on them, and those are the only versions of the cards you can play in that format. And I kind of came to this conclusion because I'm like, how else can they make money off us? How else can they sell product with these old cards unless you have to play that specific version of the card in that format? But ultimately, this is purely speculation. It's kind of just something I thought of. But yeah, that's the video. If you enjoyed it, like it, consider subscribing to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.